The winds are strong. The storm is real. You can feel it in your bones. The pressure, the weight, the chaos trying to break through the walls of your faith. But hear this truth deep within your soul. Storms don't last forever. Every dark cloud eventually moves on. Every roaring sea eventually calms. And you, beloved child of God, were never created to be destroyed by the storm. You were made to rise through it. When Isaiah wrote, "When you pass through the waters, I will be with you," he didn't say if, he said when. Because the reality of life is that storms will come. The winds will howl. The waters will rise. There will be nights when it feels like the waves are winning, when you can't see the shore, and you wonder if God has forgotten you. But in that moment, right there in your weakest, most desperate hour, He is closer than He has ever been. God never promised you a life free of storms. He promised to be the steady hand holding your boat together when the waves crash around you. He promised to be your shelter when the thunder roars. He promised that His presence would never leave you, no matter how fierce the wind becomes. So don't believe the whispers of fear. Don't let the storm convince you that your story is over. The enemy wants you to think that you are drowning, that you have failed, that this is where it ends. But the truth is, God is still writing. He's turning the page while the storm still rages. He's not done with you. Every storm you faced has taught you something. Every trial has strengthened the roots of your faith. You've been tested but not abandoned. You've been shaken but not shattered. The same God who calmed the raging sea is the same God who lives inside of you. And just as He spoke to the wind and said, "Peace, be still," He is speaking to your heart right now, calming the storm within you. You might be tired. You might feel like you're holding on by a thread. But that thread is tied to heaven. That thread is woven with divine strength, unbreakable by the weight of this world. God sees the tears that no one else sees. He hears the prayers you whisper in the dark. He knows the ache in your chest that words can't express. The storm doesn't mean He has left you. It means He's preparing you. Sometimes before the blessing comes, there is breaking. Before the dawn rises, there is darkness. Before resurrection, there is the cross. But the cross was never the end, and neither is your storm. You will stand again. You will breathe again. You will smile again. Because the same Spirit that raised Jesus from the dead is alive in you. That means even if the storm knocks you down, you will rise stronger than before. The storm may shake your surroundings, but it cannot shake your foundation if your hope is anchored in Him. Remember this. Every storm eventually runs out of rain. Every season of pain has an expiration date. The enemy may have meant this to break you, but God is using it to build you. What feels like destruction is actually construction. He's rebuilding your strength, your courage, and your faith from the ground up. You are not alone in this battle. God's presence is the calm in your chaos. He's in your boat, holding you steady while the world crashes outside. You might not see Him, but you can feel Him in every heartbeat, in every breath that says, "I'm still here." Hold on. Keep your eyes on Him, not on the waves. Peter didn't sink because the water was too deep. He sank because he looked away from Jesus. When fear tells you to look at the storm, faith tells you to look at the Savior. God doesn't lose battles. He doesn't abandon His children in the middle of the sea. He walks on the very waters that terrify you. What you fear, He already has authority over. So breathe, trust, rest in His promise. Even now, the storm is teaching you to depend on Him completely, to let go of control and let faith lead, to trade panic for peace, fear for faith, despair for destiny. You may not understand the why, but you can trust the who. The one who spoke galaxies into existence is the same one who calls you by name. He's not overwhelmed by the waves. He commands them. And if He has allowed this storm, it's because there's something on the other side worth reaching for. Every storm refines you. It strips away what's temporary and reveals what's eternal. It reminds you that strength doesn't come from calm seas. It comes from surviving rough waters with your eyes fixed on God. So today, speak life into your situation. Declare with confidence, "This storm will not break me," because your faith is stronger than the wind. Your purpose is greater than the pain. And your story is not over, it's just getting stronger. When the night feels endless, remember that even the darkest sky still holds the promise of sunrise. And when that light breaks through, you'll see that the storm didn't destroy you, it defined you. It revealed who you really are, a child of God, unshaken, unbroken, unstoppable. So stand tall in the rain. Lift your face toward heaven. Let the wind remind you that you are alive. And let every drop that falls whisper this truth. You are not alone. God's hand is on your life. His grace is your shelter. His love is your anchor. And His purpose will not be drowned by this storm. Say it out loud until your spirit believes it. I will not sink. If this message spoke to your heart, don't let it end here. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. Let them know they are not alone in their storm. Leave a comment below saying, I will not sink, and let that declaration become a wave of faith across this platform. Because together we rise. Together we believe. Together we remind the world. Storms may come, but they do not last forever. You will stand again. You will overcome. You will see the sun after the storm. God is with you, always.